to capture this storm. Can we see through that or yeah, there we go. It's been really hot the last few days. And just started raining probably. So my fucking tripod lost all of his legs, so it's really a monopod. Give me 1 sec. This is just kind of the preamble. I'm just trying to get some of this weather. Okay, I mean, as you can see, I mean, no one's watching, but as you can see, it's freaking really coming down out there. And, it's crazy, man. 13 minutes of just beautiful weather. Well, that's just the intro. I don't like to start spieling immediately because no one really tunes in for like an hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hours. I really have to be streaming for like 4 hours before people actually start to watch. But I guess am I the only one interested in weather patterns and shit like that? Always knowing those type of things. Light changing. I like to stream at this hour of day to get the sun going down. Okay. Yeah, so my freaking tripod is totally broken now. It has no supporting legs. See if we can make it work. Okay, so anyway, here we go. Let's try that maybe. Okay, there we go. It's showtime, folks. That's right. It's the cheapest show in existence. It's the Matt. Welcome to the Matt Proctor Show, everybody. Um, yeah. Colbert. Colbert's last week, everybody. Colbert's last night is tomorrow night, Thursday. Of course, he's only on 4 days a week. So Colbert's ending tomorrow. Trump got a slush fund, $1.8 billion. They created some kind of law where it's like they can't tax, they can't audit him ever again. The IRS can never audit Trump or any of his like kids or anything. he somehow managed to create some kind of fucking loophole. But let me guess, Biden did it first. Somehow it's Biden's fault. So yeah, it's the Trump hate hour, of course. Unless I'm contractually obligated to get on the internet and bitch about Trump for at least 12 hours a week. And of course, people who know me, it's like one of my defining characteristics that I hate Trump and I complain about Trump and I'm obsessed with politics and all this kind of shit. And so there's a lot to talk about, a lot of material this week with all the corruption and hiding in plain sight. On Monday night at the open mic, this lady was talking about how she thought Chet Hanks was like a hear me out. She thought she was like advocating that Chet Hanks could get it, which I guess I understand. He's got the thing about Chet Hanks is like he seems like a total fucking dweeb, but it's hilarious that he's Tom Hanks' kid. And then you watch interviews with him on like Channel 5 or whatever, and you're like, oh, okay, Chet Hanks is like somehow a chiller. He's like relatable on the internet or something. He's likable on the internet. Yeah, so it's Colbert's I mean, I'm seeing a bunch of clips of Colbert's fucking retirement uh stretch on fucking social media apps or TikTok anyway. Whatever your video, short form video. Some people like IG Reels. Some people like YouTube fucking shorts. Some people like TikTok. Some people want to be spied. Well, I mean, who's spying on us now? Is it the Chinese? Is it Larry Ellison? Like, I don't even know who the fuck is spying on us now, but I guess it's Larry Ellison. Somehow I'm still getting Colbert clips. The algorithm is not that fucking corrupted. And what did I see? I don't know. Who cares? I mean, Colbert. Okay, well, here I did want to recount because I saw Colbert fucking what was that last year? It was right before he got canceled. Like I think it was last spring, maybe. Was that 24, 25? Who they all kind of run together. 24 and 25 were almost like the same year in a lot of ways. Um, but in any case, we went and saw fucking Colbert. I don't even remember who the guests were. There was some fucking guy from some BBC show, or I don't even know. Uh, I don't remember anybody famous in particular. That's how memorable it was. His studio I mean, the design of it was just super. It looks like a cathedral to like wokeness. And not that I'm opposed to that, but it's just gaudy. The decorations, it was really tacky. His whole aesthetic is like really fucking tacky. And then the worst part was the band OK Go was supposed to play. He looked like he didn't want to be there. Colbert totally looked like he was fucking inconvenienced and phoning it in. He just looked like it was a big hassle for him. And then the big surprise at the end of the show, OK Go was supposed to play. Colbert comes out and he goes, OK Go's like stuck in fucking New Jersey or Philadelphia, and so they're not going to make it and they're not going to play. Thanks, everybody. Good night. And he just books it backstage, and fucking that was the end of the show. It's like, wow. I mean, granted, we didn't fucking pay anything for this, but like, that's a pretty shitty way to run a show. His warm up act sucked. He just seemed like ungrateful. I don't know how he was the number one fucking late night. He was sort of like, I don't know, people who used to like watch Jay Leno or something, maybe. Like Colbert, I guess, has a core audience of like boomers with coaxial cable who hate Trump. But and I like him to some degree. I want to like him. He was a lot. His whole shtick was a Will Ferrell ripoff. It was an Anchorman ripoff, satire of Bill Riley. That was really the only funny thing Colbert ever did. Actually, everything else Colbert has ever done, he just seems very like smug and like that thing where it's like waiters who are nauseated by the food or whatever. It's like that. I just don't think that that's funny in any way. And like Colbert is like one of these guys who's making jokes and like you're supposed to get it if you're smart, and if you don't get it, you're like an idiot. And it's like, no, it's just not funny. Like he's just not that funny. His whole show is just a fucking parade of like the kind of approved DNC. Which don't get me wrong, like politically, I'm on their side, but it's just like they're all just like up each other's ass and kind of like it's just a big celebration of kind of like these legacy media. Like, let's get John Lithgow on, and fucking Springsteen is on tonight. I'm excited to see what Springsteen's gonna do actually, because I mean, his little end run has been the Letterman thing was super good. I mean, I guess I've been talking about it. I think I talked about the Letterman thing on my last stream, which got taken down. So I did a 24-hour live stream on Friday. I don't know how many people tuned in, but I got a few follows and I think I got over 100 views. It got like, I don't know, 6 likes or something. And it was almost like doing 2 or 3 streams within a day or something. Like most of it was just kind of like downtime. But I only found out after the fact that YouTube has some kind of weird technicality for some reason where if you stream over 12 hours, you can't save it. You have to stream under 12 hours, which if I would have known that, I would have stopped halfway through and restarted it so I'd have each half. That was kind of the point, was to have 24-hour day in the so I'll have to do it again. Is what I'm saying. I'll have to do another 24-hour live stream. I mean, to some degree, 12 hours is enough. A lot of the stream was just me sleeping. And like people did tune in. Like I said, it got over 100 views. So it was just, it was almost like a theater performance. It was just one and done. You had to be there. You had to be there for my 24-hour Bloomsday. Maybe I'll do it on Bloomsday or something. I'll do a June 16th 24-hour live stream, or 12 hours maybe. So I fucked up. Yeah, I invested all this fucking time in um trying to do this fucking 24-hour live stream, and now you can't even watch it. It's not even available. It's just like endlessly processing or something. I mean, I guess I kind of understand that YouTube. Uh, otherwise people might just fucking stream all day every day. So maybe the 12 hours is like some arbitrary way of just like putting a gate on it a little bit. But I mean, you could stream all day, every day anyway. It's just not going to save. Or I don't know if it saves and just for whatever reason you just can't access it. So YouTube has got all kind of fun shit recently that's fucking me over. This microphone thing is driving me fucking insane. This YouTube, like, I can't figure out how to go in and change the goddamn, or it's difficult to go in and change the settings. It's like sometimes you can access it, sometimes you can't. And so I fucking ordered a goddamn power charger for my digital video camera off fucking Temu. It cost me $9 or something. I think it was Temu. It may have been Alibaba. It was one of those fucking cheapo places. And so it took forever. I mean, it literally came from overseas. Had to go through customs. I got an email every fucking step of the way. It's like your fucking shipment is like at customs. Your shipment has entered your country. It's like, oh great, okay. But it still took fucking like 2 weeks. So I've been waiting for this goddamn fucking power cable for like 2 weeks because the power cable on my camcorder broke December 24 at fucking Gwen's show. It fell off a fucking chair and just the power cable never worked again. And so that's when I started to do the live stream of the fucking open mic rather than film it. And to be honest, it's just better to film, just better to have this camera. Like the live stream, for whatever reason, the quality just kind of sucks. The sound really sucks. Like, and not as many people tune in, not as many people share their footage. People don't get as good of footage. And so I don't know, YouTube is really like fucking it up with their whatever their settings are for this stuff. And so anyway, I finally got this fucking power cable and I plug it in and it doesn't work. It's literally, I mean, it doesn't charge. I think it's probably the camera because it's the battery has literally sat there for what, like over a year without being used. I've been dragging it with me all over fucking town while I'm homeless, and uh it's a fucking 25-year-old camera. I think it's from 2001, literally anyway. And so that's part of the reason why I want to use it because it does have a distinct look. It was reliable. It was a real workhorse. It's like you could it has a hard drive built into it. You can record like 5.5 hours or something. Maybe even longer than that. Maybe it's 6 hours. I don't remember, but like it, it's an interesting look. It's not necessarily like 4K or anything, but it was kind of a better thing for the open mic to just be able to set up and roll it and if the live stream worked better, if it had higher video quality and higher audio quality, and like it was as easy, that camera's got a built-in zoom, so I zoom in and out a lot. I don't really do that as much with the stream downstairs. I pretty much set it, and I've got other things I got to worry about. So I ordered this fucking power cable off Temu for nothing. Now I gotta. I guess I'll try to get a new battery. Maybe the battery. I just. I feel like it's plugged in. The camera should turn on or something, right? Like the battery doesn't necessarily need to work for the camera to receive the power. Like, or am I wrong about that? Will it? I guess I should look that up, but maybe it. You know, it probably needs a fucking new battery, but I don't know how much money to keep throwing after it. Maybe I should try to find some kind of new goddamn HD camera or something. I don't know. So I'm on a precipice of a crossroads here, and I got fucked over by Temu. Surprise, surprise. I mean, I should have just known ordering this Alibaba.com or whatever. It was going to be garbage, but I was naive and I believed and I want a solution to this problem. It's frustrating to be doing these shows. And I work really hard on all the sound stuff, like all of the theme music and the interstitial music, and not to mention the performances. Like, and if the fucking live stream is just like garbling them and making it sound like shit, it's like it just kills the even doing it. So most of the live streams in that theater downstairs, I feel like the sound is just like really bad and sort of unlistenable. You can't even tell like you don't hear the backing tracks or anything. And so I'm sure that's one reason why people are not tuning in because it's like the audio is fucking unlistenable. So thanks a lot, YouTube. I hope YouTube doesn't jump the shark. I feel like it's about to happen. There's just like there's been too much public awareness that like YouTube is now like the leading streaming app, and now everybody and their fucking mother is like streaming. It's no longer like this weirdo. Well, it's still a weirdo thing to do, but like it's become normalized. Now it's like culturally like a buzzword or something to like be a streamer, or it's like it's an acknowledged kind of forefront position, and that it's the new late night. It's replacing Colbert. I had a great idea. I don't think they should have got rid of the Late Show. Get rid of Colbert. You know who they should have got? They should have got Conan. Get Conan to host the Late Show. I think that would be a good. He'd be better than fucking Colbert. Colbert just got to stick up his ass. Like he can be funny. Like don't get me wrong, and he's like super smart. Some of his humor is like really interesting and like unique, but it's also just like he's kind of overly adored. I think like Colbert is not as far as I'm concerned. Like he's really not. He's not even as good as Jon Stewart, if you ask me. Like I would much rather if Jon Stewart hosted that show than fucking Colbert. Colbert's like he somehow cheated his way onto like the top of the A list. He really doesn't belong there, to be honest. Like he does not. He's not on Letterman. He's not even on Jay Leno's level, to be honest. I don't even think he's really on Jimmy Fallon's level. As far as late night hosts, like he's not a late night host. Like Colbert is like an actor who's just doing that job because it's a job. It's not like anything that he necessarily wanted to do in particular, I don't think. And I think he's pretty fucking overrated, to be honest. I mean, I'm glad his show was on and that he was doing it, and it will be fucked up, whatever happens beyond. They said his guests for tomorrow night are TBD, which means I'm sure it's probably somebody. It's probably McCartney, maybe I would guess. McCartney was just on Saturday Night Live. I mean, it's got to be somebody big, and it's got to be like some kind of surprise. They've already had all of the late night hosts. They had Letterman. They had fucking Julie Louis Dreyfus. Uh, they had Keanu on. Tonight he's got Springsteen. I mean, who could it be? Who's the biggest name? I mean, I couldn't think of a bigger name than McCartney. Like, it's got to be bigger than Springsteen. It's got to be bigger than Letterman. So it's like, is it going to be Trump? Who's the only person more famous than all those people? It's got to be Trump, I guess. I couldn't. I mean, there's nobody left. There's nobody left that's really that hallowed, to be honest. Who's the last kind of superstar? I don't know. Uh, they don't. Bob Dylan, maybe. Maybe I doubt if Bob Dylan would go and play Colbert's last show. Something is telling me that Bob Dylan is not really, a huge Colbert fan, really. Bob Dylan played one of Letterman's last shows, or I think he did play Letterman's last show, didn't he? He played the night we called him today, but I don't. I guess they couldn't reuse that again. It's who are they going to get? They're going to get Kiss. They're going to get. I think he just had Billy Joel on recently. Well, the fact that they're not announcing it leads you to believe it's like, who the fuck could it possibly be? King Charles, Josh Hartnett, Senator Al Franken. I don't know. Who could it be? Who could be Colbert's last big sign off? I mean, they like I said, they've had some nice moments in there. So, the David Byrne thing I thought was I'm not a huge David Byrne fan really at this point either. I think he's also kind of like over saturated. He's cool and everything, but I don't know. He's also kind of just a white fucking appropriator of all kinds of black music. I mean, all he does is steal fucking black people's ideas. All David Byrne does is go to Africa and just like steal all the ideas and come back and do it at like fucking public theater. Like, fuck this white guy if he went to RISD. Fuck this boomer to RISD and his fucking appropriative racist music. I thought it was cool he did Burning Man in a house. So, I'm a cultural commentator. This is like, this will be one of the last big moments like this, I think. There's not too many things like this, these big franchises left. Maybe when the Tonight Show goes off, like what TV shows are there that like people are gonna be awaiting the finale? Like Euphoria or like what Law and I don't even know. Like what's the number one fucking show on TV? I don't even fucking do people even watch like regular TV? Doesn't seem like it even exists, really. Apple, what's that? Fucking Abbott Elementary, or like what's like a drama show that's on network television that like has the nation like awaiting every fucking episode. Like I don't think there is one, actually. Am I wrong about that? Like even on HBO or I mean, people liked Heated Rivalry. I don't know what the fuck is the show out there. There's no Sopranos, there's no Mad Men, there's no Breaking Bad, there's not even a fucking, I guess there's the Chef show. What the fuck is that show with Jeremy Allen White? They brought back Malcolm in the Middle. What the fuck is that? The Pit. Everybody talks about the Pit. I don't know what the fuck that is. Uh I think Heated Rivalry was the last show I saw people like talking about and like watching it when it premiered. Euphoria is back, so people are, but that's not quite the same. So this is sort of like a weird twilight of the fucking democracy moment. It's a strange feeling. It feels almost like historical or something in a way. Almost. I mean, I remember the night Trump got elected the first time. Colbert's monologue felt like Colbert was fucking distraught, and now we know why. Because he knew he was fucking. This was a possibility. Interesting. I mean, it's hard to believe Colbert is the one. Yeah, he couldn't have got. I mean, why couldn't it have been Jimmy Kimmel? Is he really hate Colbert the most? Couldn't they have canceled Seth Meyers? Why did it have to be Colbert? It should have been Seth Meyers, man. I fucking hate Seth Meyers. I really, truly hate Seth Meyers from like the depths of my soul. I know that's probably not healthy or like necessary, but I think Seth Meyers just sucks so bad. He's just everything that's. He should not have a career. I'm sorry. That guy should not have a late night franchise at all. He sucks. He shouldn't have been the head writer of Saturday Night Live. He never even should have been on Saturday Night Live. I don't know. I mean, uh, Saturday Night Live doesn't seem to have any fucking sense. These new people that they've. I like Ashley Padilla. I think everybody can agree like Ashley Padilla is good. But all the other new people, it's like you hired three white guys, they're all garbage. And like a black guy that's sort of like nondescript. I mean, I don't watch it, but I see clips of it and I'm like, how the fuck did these people get these jobs? Like there's hundreds of thousands of people trying to be comedians, trying to be comedy actors, whatever. And these are the fucking people they hired. It's like crazy to me. That one white guy who looks like kind of like Ethan Hawke or something. It's like they couldn't have got a better guy than this. Like, just go on Instagram. It's like literally there's fucking thousands of fucking comedians. Like, I'm sure a lot of them are fucking better than that guy. Ashley Padilla, though, it's like she's just very comfortable and natural, and she commands everything she does. Uh, I'm a late night commentator here. I don't know. I mean, it's another thing that's sort of in the news. Colbert, it's his last fucking night tomorrow night in New York, and so it will affect the fingerprint of the city in a way. Having that franchise here, having the Ed Sullivan Theater here, having Letterman there, and then Colbert, there was a continuity to it. And now that's all. Who knows what they're gonna do with it? They'll, like I was saying last time, they'll probably turn into a fucking Equinox. They'll turn into some kind of giant fitness facility with like shit hundreds of goddamn treadmills and elliptical machines. What are you gonna do? I mean, it's uh, it's a corporate buyout. It's a hostile takeover. It's what do they call it when they fire everybody and the Jack Welch kind of method. So, no more talking back to Trumpy. No more fucking, smart mouth libtard Colbert. That's been put to sleep. It's hard to believe. Hard to fucking believe this is all happening before our very eyes. Trump has got this fucking $1.8 billion slush fund, and like a bunch of this money is supposed to go to the fucking January 6th people. Absolutely unbelievable. that like these fucking people that committed treason are gonna get like payouts, basically. Not only are they gonna get payouts, but they're gonna get like a lot of money. You know, if you're some dirtbag that like went to jail for January 6th, you're probably gonna get millions of dollars of taxpayer money. Like, I don't know what you fucking like. What does Trump have to do before people realize that like this is different? You know, and not only that, but it's like it's counter to whatever the fuck you voted for or whatever the fuck you thought he was gonna do. Like, okay, so the thing I saw today, and to be honest, I have not heard that much about this, is what the ballroom actually is. But underneath, it's basically his billionaire doomsday bunker. That's what it feels like to me. All these billionaires are building these fucking doomsday bunkers here and there. He's probably got one in fucking Florida, but they said it's going to be 6 stories deep. This fucking like underground layer. It's going to be like Blowfield or whatever. It's like the Spectre. It's in a volcano. It's his secret base. He's building a secret base, basically. It's his secret headquarters. Trump is building a taxpayer funded secret headquarters. So originally, right, it was supposed to cost $400 million and it was going to be privately funded. Now it's like, what, $1.2 billion or something? And it's the taxpayers are going to pay for it, which we didn't even vote for it or ask for it or anything. And it's supposed to be 6 stories of war rooms and escape rooms and I don't all kind of like command center. There's going to be a military hospital. It's like Hitler's. He's building a fucking place to hide when he nukes the fucking planet or whatever. You know, when people try to come after his ass with pitchforks and fucking torches, he's going to have Fortress Trump, underneath his fucking ballroom. And it's going to have, a massage parlor, casino, gambling dens, gold toilets. I don't know what the fuck, you know. So, I guess it's time for the White House to get an upgrade. But I mean, I've alluded to this before on my stream where I've talked about how it sounded like they were building a fucking some kind of DEFCON 5 thing underneath the goddamn White House. Hold on, give me a second here. I'll be back on it. I need to take one little break for a sec. And then we'll be back on it. Talk more shit about Trump, obviously. That's all I do my whole life. Okay, the rumor that I heard was that Colbert's final guest, or his last guest, is going to be the Pope. Which kind of makes sense. I mean, Colbert is like super Catholic, and if it's something they're trying to keep, I couldn't imagine anybody so big that they wouldn't necessarily even put their fucking name on the, maybe Oprah. She's the only person I guess who's as famous as the Pope, but uh, would the Pope pour himself out like that? I mean, the Pope hates Trump too. So that might be, some kind of holy alliance there between Colbert and the Pope, the Chicago Pope. That might be a statement they want to make, a big fuck you to the man upstairs, the guy who thinks he's in charge. I saw this thing John Stewart was saying Spiro Agnew got impeached for having a slush fund. He had like some kind of small slush fund that was it wasn't even taxpayer money. It was like his donors. His donors had created a slush fund for him, and he got impeached and removed from office for like using donor money for like private. Trump wants $1.8 billion of taxpayer money for his own personal use, I guess, for his stock market transactions, to invest in crypto. He needs to buy some Trump coin, I think. That's the new US bond or whatever. The new, like, you know, savings bonds or whatever the fuck these countries like invest in. I think they buy like US bonds. Just buy Trump coin. Same thing. Same thing. No different. It's the new bond. It's the new treasury bond. Trump coin, stable coin, or Donald Jr. coin, or Eric Trump coin, or Laura Trump coin, or Barron coin, or Melania coin, or Tiffany coin. I mean, Jesus Christ. It's like, I guess it's not everybody. So now what? I mean, is it even worth complaining about, or nobody's going to do anything? We're the Democrats. They look equally bad because they're not stopping it. They can't stop it. The court isn't going to stop it. Congress doesn't seem to exist. I mean, what does Congress even do anymore? I don't know. Uh, and they're just, pardon my French, they're just raping the country. Basically, that's what's happening. At a time when gas prices are going through the fucking roof. Cost of living is going through the roof. Cost of everything. These tariffs. Everything he's doing is aggravating the cost of living. Nothing he's done has been like intended to help the cost of living. You know, his whole intention is to enrich and better the lives of like his billionaire friends and a select few people, the Epstein class of people, and to fuck the rest of us out of the ability to fight back, to create some kind of permanent gulf between the 0.001% or whatever and everybody else. And I mean, do people feel happy about they just filed their taxes and now $1.8 billion is going to fucking, Donald Trump be able to fucking piss it away on what the fuck does he even spend money on? Buying more golf courses? Like, what the hell does he spend all this money on? Like, So I mean, this is something that like is definitely being reported in the news. Is like people are acknowledging like this is definitely like unprecedented corruption and flagrant, in flagrante delictico or whatever. And there don't seem to be any guardrails or didn't yeah the Department of Justice, which Trump appointed like his fucking like personal lawyer or something, like the attorney general, like they just decide, yeah, Trump's family can't be audited ever. He can't be audited. They decree from here forth the king shall not be audited. It's no longer subject to scrutiny through the fucking tax, the Internal Revenue Service. Finally, this is something, and that was it. Remember when he was running, that was a big deal, right? Trump would not release his tax returns. Every other fucking candidate who ever goddamn ran for president released their fucking tax returns. Jimmy Carter divested from his peanut farm because there was a conflict of interest. Trump would not release his tax returns, and they brought it up a lot. He dodged it. He dodged it. And eventually it just sort of went away. People sort of stopped talking about it, probably in like 2017 or something. Oh, and now what a coincidence. He fucking is never going to be subject to an audit again. Jeez. I wonder if that was like a motivating like factor for him being the president. Like this is like a dream come true for him. He can never be audited again. Holy shit. This is like the greatest thing that's ever happened to fucking Trump. I mean, now he can just get away with anything. He can just write things off, not pay anything. And in fact, now he's getting a huge tax refund, courtesy of the fucking. He deserves a bonus. He's been working so hard, this guy. He definitely deserves a giant bonus of $2 billion. And you know what? All those people who tried to fucking overthrow the government, give them a bunch of fucking money too. Remember those people who killed a police officer in the Capitol building? I think they maybe killed like multiple police officers. Let's give them a shitload of money. Let's donate. All of us taxpaying citizens, let's pool our money together and just give them a little thank you, a little apology. Sorry, that we were mean to you. You did the right thing. You're actually like super lit and good on you. Here's a little kickback. It's unbelievable. These people are gonna. I would have been there. How much money is Ariel Pink gonna get? Is Ariel Pink gonna get like $2 million from this? I mean, $1.8 billion is a lot of fucking money, as we all know. I spent $35 at Trader Joe's today. It was like, holy shit, this is a lot of money. I couldn't imagine having one point. I should have been at January 6th. Fuck, I missed out. I could have got a structured settlement. Call 8877 Wentworth if you need cash now, or whatever the fuck that is. If you're here for a structured settlement and you need cash now, call Trump. Trump's lawyers, whatever the fuck he's got. His consigliere, whoever drew this up for him. I didn't even know. Was this in the Project 2025? Did he mention this on the campaign trail? I do not ever remember hearing about a 6-story underground fucking command center, G.I. Joe playset. It's like the Cobra Command he's got there under his fucking ballroom. It's gonna be drone proof. He said he's gonna have an empire he's gonna have a drone empire. It's like, what the fuck is this? Attack of the Clones? Or is this Rise of Skywalker or whatever it was? Rise of the Machines. It's gonna be drone proof. Yeah, now they figured out what drones are. They're like, oh fuck, we better do something about that. Oh, it's got drones. We got drones. There's gonna be drones there. It's gonna be drone proof. Wow. This is totally worth $1 billion. We gotta protect him. We got to spend billions of dollars to protect this motherfucker who's stealing from us blatantly in broad daylight and his ugly fucking kids. His kids are such scumbags. I hate his fucking kids. I fucking hate Eric Trump and I hate fucking Donald Jr. They're so fucking ugly. They're pieces of shit. You know, the corruption is running fucking wild. uh I was at the doctor's office and this nurse, she didn't really speak English that well, or she had an accent, let's say, but she was very sweet and very nice. And I forget how we started talking. Somehow the president came up or something. And she said something about how I couldn't understand what she was saying, but I'm pretty sure she said the president's doing a great job. She was like, "Yes, he's doing great. He's doing a great job." Maybe she was just trying to like not get deported or something. I don't know. But I was like, I don't know. I was just being nice to the lady. She started talking about the Bible because I said something about how she asked me where I was from. I said I was from Ohio. And then she said something about the presidents. And I couldn't tell what she said about the president, but it was like something like I thought she was just saying like you know, a bunch because Ohio like it's tied for like the most presidents of any state. I think 8 presidents were born in Ohio, maybe 9. Or was JD Vance born in Ohio? I'm not sure. But not that he'll ever be. God, I hope JD Vance is never. What a disgrace! There will be no bigger emblem of how far America's fallen than if JD Vance becomes the fucking president. That will just be sad. That will be the day I fucking just flee America on foot. I will not be in a country where fucking JD Vance is president. I'm sorry. I just could not handle it. Psychologically, I just could not deal with it. I don't think. Uh, we'd have to have a revolution. We'd have to secede. The day JD Vance fucking is sworn in is the day that we secede from the union. I'm sorry. It's unthinkable. But in any case, I think that I don't know if that's what she was saying or she was saying JD Vance is from Ohio. She said something about President Ohio. And I was like, yeah, 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 you know, they've had the most presidents or something. She's like, yeah, he's doing a great job. And I'm like, yeah, yeah, he's doing a great job. Like, I mean, she talking about Trump? Is she talking about JD Vance? She's probably talking about one of them. But I'm just like, you know, what the fuck? It's this lady. She's an old nurse lady. Like, you know, what the hell? Well, you know, I'm not trying to get into some big political argument with the lady or something. Like, what, you know, I'm just more curious to hear her fucking point of view. And so I said something about how I wanted to be the president. Like, I could be the president. And she's like, oh, yeah, like, okay, sure. You? Okay, sure. And then she started talking about King David. She was like, I think it was after I went, when I came back out, she started talking about King David. And she was like, something about, because I told her I was from Ohio. She's like, King David was like, and like I said, her English was, you know, not, I mean, it's unbelievable she even knew it. You know, I'm sure her English is better than my Spanish or whatever, but she was like King David was like, you know, not the favorite. It was supposed to be this other guy, and he was like sent away to like be a farmer or something. She's like, it's in the Old Testament. And I think she was talking about like Ohio kind of, you know, she's like, well, Ohio, King David sort of came from like the fucking farm, and they realized the people in the city realized like they couldn't exist without him because he fed all of them. You know, he was the farmer, he was growing the fucking food. And so you know, they always reckon it's something I think David slayed Goliath. She didn't go into that, but David became the king and you know, he was like a great king and one of the greatest kings and blah blah blah. I don't remember exactly the gist of the story, but uh, I think she was trying to. It was just a weird kind of. I like really listened to this lady. I'm like, yes, yes, this is a message. I mean, no wonder she's such a Trumper. She's like super into God and the Bible and shit. And so, it's going great for her. Everything is like they never expected this to happen. It's like, wow, we might get to meet Jesus. Holy shit. It'll be great. It's exactly what we've been praying for during our, when we go to church and give all our money to church and whatever, study the Bible, read the Bible, live by the Bible, watch the Bible on TV, give money to the Bible on TV. So I don't know. I mean, it makes sense that like in a, you know, doctor's office, they've got like, I don't know, a religious lady. But there's a lot of people who are, praying and who are comforted by that or something. I don't know. So anyway, what else fucking happened? Trump is fucking the country. They're building a 6-story underground garage type complex for him to just like, I don't know, fucking watch Fox News or what's he gonna watch on TV during the apocalypse? If everybody dies, what the hell does Trump even watch anymore? Like what's he tuned into? He fired all the fucking opposition. Like I don't think he likes Fox News. I've heard, okay, this is something I read today, and I didn't read the article, I just read the headline, but it said one of Rupert Murdoch's kids, James Murdoch or something, is buying New York Magazine and something else. I forget what else, but definitely New York Magazine, which I thought was kind of interesting and indicative. I mean, there might just be a whole cultural takeover, just conservatively. That might just be what's happening because New York Magazine I think is traditionally, I mean, they're not necessarily liberal, but like they're not like the New York Post or the fucking Daily News or something. Like they're not like ultra right wing like some of these fucking like the Wall Street Journal is owned by Rupert Murdoch. And they're sort of like, I guess, the thinking man's right wing fucking they're for like rich people, I guess. People that are like smart who are winners, they're finance people or whatever, like but they're not necessarily Trumpers. They're sort of I don't know. They're benefiting from it probably, but I think Murdoch is sort of like not totally on Trump's side. Like Fox News was sort of didn't they sort of like betray him before the election? Fox News like sort of threw him under the bus. At least according to him, like anybody that's not 100% loyal. So I don't know. New York Magazine, I don't. It's traditionally like New York City is. It's like a liberal. I think it's sort of like a hip. It's. I don't think it's really probably read by people very much who live outside of New York City, but it's sort of like a savvy. I don't know that there is anything comparable to New York Magazine, really, because the New Yorker is more this kind of outward international. Like it's about the journalism, and New York Magazine has some of that, but it's New York Magazine's explicitly about Mom Don, what's going on in New York, just whatever the fucking like talk of the town, toast of the town. It deals with cultural stuff too, but it's really about the New York universe, and so it seems like kind of this media, gay, chatty, gossipy, smart, savvy. I went to a New York Magazine party, this Brock's List. Are you here for Brock's party? And so it just feels kind of weird that Rupert Murdoch's son would buy it because I guess it's just another way that Manhattan is becoming kind of Republican, and maybe it's not just Manhattan; it's just everywhere. It's like there's all these people who complain about how New York has lost its soul and transplants killed it or whatever. And it's not the city that it was. And people have always said that, but it does feel like very suburban and kind of more homogenous and generic now. Like I was in fucking there's I was in Trader Joe's on 14th Street today, in the East Village, east of Avenue A. There's a Target and a fucking Trader Joe's. It's like there's a Whole Foods on fucking Avenue A, basically. It's like unheard of. And that's not necessarily just New York. That's like everywhere. New York was maybe supposed to like be a holdout, but it's like they've more or less like taken over. They've taken over CBS. They've taken over TikTok. They've taken over Paramount. They've taken over Twitter. They own Instagram. They own fucking Facebook. They own fucking every fucking thing. And they won. They own everything, or like they own New York Magazine. Like it's not just Manhattan, it's not just New York. It's like it's literally fucking everywhere. Like everywhere is owned by fucking the rich people who are conservative and they're monopolizing everything. They're the ones who have all the money, so they're the only ones they're the ones who are buying up all the assets. And the rest of us are just like descending into like serfdom and beyond. And it's a good feeling, isn't it? The rich get richer. It's the law of the land. The big fish eat the little fish, and they're exaggerating that gap. They're widening that gap. That's what all their fucking policies are for. To get all the money, to get all the power, to get all the control. And or I don't know, like maybe New York became people what I see in fucking TikTok comments, and I don't know if these are bots or if this is just the cliche, is like anytime there's like a transplant video or some kind of gentrifier type video or some white person that just moved here complaining about something, all of the comments will say, go back to Ohio. It's sort of the acknowledged like psychological space that all of the transplants and gentrifiers like come from Ohio. And as somebody from Ohio, it feels. Did you have to call me out like that? I mean, guilty, I guess. I mean, we had to. What the fuck were we supposed to do? We're from Ohio, you know. And so, was it just like a switch? Did New York become Ohio, and did Ohio become New York? Did Ohio become the East Village or something? Like now all these rural areas, everybody's like fucking on heroin and like shooting up and like doing opioids. It's like, did rural Ohio become like the East Village, and the East Village became like rural Ohio? Like people want to get out of those places. They don't want to live there, especially when they're young. And New York is kind of more accessible than ever. It's like you can just app your way into it. You don't need any street smarts whatsoever. If you have money and like you can just Zelle people or Venmo people or PayPal or whatever the fuck, you just Uber, you Facebook Marketplace, you Zillow, you order fucking plane tickets through an app. It's just easy. There's no crime. It's safe. It's convenient. There's mass transit. There's tons and tons and tons of fun shit to do. Tons of culture, tons of fucking hot people, great food, just everything. It's all walkable. It's scenic. So I mean, it's still a great time to live in New York. There's still like good bones, right? Even though it's like there is this kind of like shellac or varnish of like. I mean, is it a bad thing that there's a fucking Trader Joe's on Avenue A? Like I fucking went there and got soup dumplings. It's underground. I hate all these underground. Every fucking store and the Target's underground. You know, the storefront is above ground, and then you got to take an escalator down to the actual store. It's like they got a whole fucking. It's like Trump's bunker. He's got a Target in there. He's got a Trader Joe's. It's 6 stories. He's got a mall. He's got a fucking Abercrombie and Fitch. He's got a PacSun. He's got a Hollister. They're building Easton Mall basically under the White House. They're building. There's going to be a Auntie Anne's pretzels or a Cinnabon. There'll be a food court, maybe a multiplex of some kind. You know, is he doing it for the future presidents? This was the bullshit I heard him say. He's not even going to get to use it, of course. You know, he won't be here. He's doing it for the future presidents. He's doing it. It's not. It's purely selfless. You know, he's not doing it for himself. Definitely, he's definitely not doing it to hide from the rabble who are going to rip his fucking head off as soon as they can get their hands on him. We're almost at the breaking point. I think. Like now, they're just like taunting us. Like people are already broke and everything's already like skyrocketing in price. Now this guy's gonna write himself a $1.8 billion blank check, basically. Like, what could be more of a fuck you to like people that cannot make ends meet? Their rent is going up. Their tax, their fucking gas is going up. Food is going up. Price of eggs, of course, going up. Can't ever forget about those fucking eggs. So, politics all the time. What can we do? Oh, but we're gonna smash them in the midterms. We're really gonna get these guys in the midterms, right? That's what I see people say in the comment section. It's like, are you fucking insane? That's what you're banking on? That we're gonna like get them in the midterms? Fuck, I guess. I hope so. They canceled Gobert. They can cancel the midterms. I mean, Jesus Christ, it really is kind of a huge blow to the culture. They took I was just watching some video about Colbert was the number one show. He was the number one in late night. I think his ratings may have been twice as high as Jimmy Fallon's. Maybe that's just because his audience was older and watches like landline TV, terrestrial network, like people over whatever the age of 60, they're comfortable watching network TV. Jimmy Fallon's audience is probably like Gen Xers and fucking gay ass millennials who are alcoholic, frat bros or whatever, finance bros. And they watch probably clips on fucking YouTube or whatever, YouTube shorts. Shall we eat? Let's eat something, shall we? I mean, fuck, it does take a long time for the sun to go down. It's kind of crazy. But I don't want to miss it either. That's, the way of setting up like this. End of an era, the end of the late show. Shit. I mean, CBS just feels like it's committing suicide. It feels like it's sort of a similar thing. Like Elon Musk kind of set a precedent in a weird way when he bought Twitter for $45 billion. He set an example for these other billionaires to just be like, you know what, we'll just buy the fucking thing. It's sort of it's a fly in the ointment. It's a pain in our ass. Just buy him out and run it however the fuck you want to run it. We have so much goddamn money and power, like we can afford to lose money on this. Elon Musk can afford to lose money on Twitter just so he can completely control the agenda and force his completely fucking poisonous viewpoints on people. Like it's insane how toxic Twitter is now. It's just a fucking racist, edge lord, bum fights. It's insane. And bots and just like defending the indefensible, bots, platforming right wing psychos, basically. That's all it is just platforming the most uncool right wing psychos. And that's what all of these publications, New York Magazine probably will become the same thing now. Like that's what is happening. All of these oligarchs are like Ted Turner's, or I mean, he at least started his own shit. He started the Super Station. He started CNN. It wasn't just like something that already existed that he just fucking bought and ruined, which is what's happening now. There's all these things that like are working. This is how rotten our culture is and our economic system is. It's like Colbert was the number one rated show in late night, and he's the one that gets canceled. It's like, how much fucking sense does that make? CBS, like, you're self destructing. And like, if Larry Ellison is some CIA fucking asset or something, maybe that's what he wants to do. Maybe he wants to just, hey, here's a bunch of fucking money that like you stole from the government anyway. It's just government contracts or tax breaks or however the fuck he makes money. It's just socialism. It's wealth redistribution, and they give it to him. And so it's like we're giving it to you so you can buy CBS and fucking tank it, tank fucking 60 Minutes, tank anything they have that has any integrity. Just make it 2.5 men all the fucking time. And Comics Unleashed with Byron Allen. That's the funniest shit is that they're replacing fucking Colbert with Comics Unleashed. I used to do an impression of Byron Allen in high school. Ask Brian Dennis. Coming up next. He had a fucking show. It was like the end of the night syndication. But Byron Allen, to his credit, he is like an innovative entertainer. He's a billionaire, I think. If people don't know Byron Allen, he was on the Tonight Show, I think, when he was like 19 years old or something. He was a comedian in LA in the fucking 70s and 80s, maybe just the 80s. And he's very clean and professional. And he was on the Tonight Show, I think, probably multiple times and did really well. I think he owned BET or had something to do with BET. And he's had this fucking show, Comics Unleashed or something, for like, I think it's been syndicated since like the 80s. But it's like he's kind of an innovative media entrepreneur where like he's found this niche like Merv Griffin or something, where it's like he's not on the he's not Colbert, he doesn't host like this network franchise. He's not even on like Comedy Central or something that has like sort of like brand clout or whatever. He's I think he owns his own show and he produced it very low cost. And basically it's like syndicated like infomercials. You'll see it late night. I used to see it, I think it was on Saturday night, like maybe after ECW or something. It was like I was trying to watch something else and fucking Byron Allen would come on. Maybe it was on after Saturday Night Live, or it was on around the same time as Saturday Night Live, and you're like, what the fuck is this piece of shit? Because it's just like he would basically just go on like press junkets and like interview, you'd see it'd be like a setup like, he's interviewing Jim Carrey for Liar Liar or whatever, and there's the poster, and they're in that like weird, like dark room with the lighting, and so he found a way to like produce this show very low cost and get like big celebrities on. It's like, oh, he's interviewing fucking, somebody who's in a big movie coming out, but it's like because he's just part of the press junket. It's not like they're on his show. It's not like Arsenio or something. It's like you see a bunch of these fucking these are like interviews with like local affiliates and things. And then I think he did a roundtable with like stand-ups because he's like a stand-up and he comes from that world. I'm sure he did a lot of corporate gigs and he probably made a lot of money doing stand up, to be honest. But then he hustled this kind of entertainment empire through syndication, and now he's a billionaire somehow through Comics Unleashed. And I think all these guys know him, Larry David, and I think they all know who the fuck he is. And like, he's one of those guys. Jay Leno and Seinfeld, they're all kind of contemporaries and part of that like '80s wave or late '70s, '80s comedy store maybe. I don't know. I'm kind of just making this up a little bit. I don't totally know the Byron Allen. Coming up next, Drew Barrymore, Jerry Seinfeld. Right before commercial, every show, that was like his bumper. Coming up next, Byron Allen, Comics Unleashed. So it's like the most low rent. It's like Family Feud or something. It's just like he's found this weird like hack where he can produce the show and it makes a lot of money for him somehow. And he's replacing fucking Colbert. What a fuck you to Colbert that is. I mean, maybe they'll make more money. I mean, they're just turning him into like a zombie station, basically. They're just basically folding it up. I think it's just no longer profitable to run like a network television station. Just people aren't watching it. The eyes aren't there. You can't even, you can't even get it. Everybody's watching their phones or like a fucking smart TV. It's like you can't even get broadcast. Like I try to because they show sports and shit like that. It's like I try to watch the Oscars or anything that's on like broadcast. You can't even see it, and so they've kind of alienated themselves out of their own fucking audience. Where it's like I would watch fucking Colbert's last show live, but it's like where am I gonna watch it? Like I don't have a fucking TV. I can't. Is it gonna be on YouTube? Like the CBS app, you probably need to put in like your fucking provider or some kind of shit like that. And I don't have a provider because I don't pay for fucking cable. Like I've got goddamn Cricket. So they've kind of fucked themselves. Where it's like they haven't really. Well, now their content comes out through like fucking YouTube, and they're playing catch up with like their streaming apps with Paramount Plus and CBS. And it's like they're kind of too late to the party. So like somebody like Conan goes on YouTube and builds his own network basically. He's got Team Coco or whatever, and he's got fucking Ted Danson doing a podcast and Woody Harrelson and fucking Harrison Ford, and the guests he gets are like unbelievable. And they interview for like an hour or something. It's like that's what people want. People want to sit there and watch people talk for some reason for an hour. And then they want to be interrupted by weird commercials for like, human growth hormone and shit. Weird like chemical products and fucking uh so I don't know. It's just like they're shooting themselves in the head in a way. I don't know. But there's still some value to it. Like it's an infrastructure. I don't think it's I mean, is it just going to go away? Is network television just obsolete and it's vestigial at this point? It's just going to like wither away like some fucking tail or something that we don't need anymore. Like it was based on this kind of like there's only three channels kind of technology, and uh they were more or less like production studios for like online viral content. Colbert's shit, if anybody, most people probably watch it in clip form or on YouTube in little 10, you can watch his monologue, you can watch the extended interview, the Colbert questionnaire or whatever. He had a TikTok. They made TikToks and shit that were, sort of middling. You can tell it's probably his staff did it, his interns or something. So he'll probably start some kind of fucking podcast network, or it's like, why not? It's like the easiest fucking thing to do in the world. Like, if you're a celebrity, just set up some fucking microphones, like, and get your friends to come over to your house, and like all of a sudden, it's like that's the center of the entertainment industry. It's like Good Hang with fucking Amy Poehler. It's like it couldn't be any less labor intensive. It's like you don't have to write anything. You don't have to fucking like edit anything. Like you don't have to produce anything. It's just like invite your friend over. You've got some microphones and some fucking headphones, and like people will rather watch that. I mean, I've been talking about this for years. Where like I used to have this thing where it was like I love the feeling of when you're like on vacation or something and people still think you're asleep but you're not really asleep but your eyes are closed and you can hear like you can hear them talking and you can just hear conversation. It's kind of nice to just like listen to people talk and not really have to be involved and just like think about it. When you're in a social situation and you're like face to face with somebody, it's like you got to think of things to say. You got to volley with the other person. Ideally, you got to contribute. You got to yes and. It's hard fucking work. It's like a fucking improv scene. Whereas, like a podcast, it's just like eavesdropping, or it's very passive. It's the new friendship. It's a synthetic kind of friendship rather than well, I don't know. It alleviates like the anxiety of having to perform socially or be around people, and I don't know. I guess the appeal is, well, it just makes sense. It's kind of unbelievable that these talk shows ever worked. It was a product of the medium. It was like there was only a very very extremely limited bandwidth of like airtime. These talk shows, it was like there were three networks. When Johnny Carson was on, there wasn't even competition. There literally weren't other late night shows really at all. Things would come and go. Pat Sajak or Merv Griffin or Joan Rivers or whatever, Joey Bishop. But like it was not like now where there's fucking all five jackoffs that all kind of do the same thing. They imitate Johnny Carson. And so it's like he had an hour a night. They had to fit certain things in. It was extremely valuable airtime. Now it's just like you can fucking stream all day, every day. Everybody's got a fucking channel. Like it doesn't really cost anything to produce, hardly at all. Like the equipment, HD video equipment, podcasting equipment, right? This is a running gag on the internet. Podcasting equipment should be more expensive. This is something women say a lot about men who yap. Podcasting equipment has gotten too cheap. They need to raise the price. There's too many guys. There's too many bad comedians. When I started doing this 6 years ago, it felt like artistic. Now it just feels like literally this is like the de facto, this is like the acknowledged like interface now is like talking into a camera. Like all over the fucking world, there are people doing this. Like I'm literally talking to my wall. There's one person watching. But at the same time, I mean, the reason why I started doing it is because it's just direct. And to me, it's an exploration, it's an improvisation. There were artistic reasons why I do this. It suited what I want, how I wanted to work. But now it's like everybody does this. And so what the fuck are they doing? What do they talk about? How do they script it out? Or are they just freestyling? Like, Your average person who's yapping into a camera, do they just turn it the fuck on and run their mouth for 2 hours, 4 hours, or 24 hours? Or do they have like shit planned out? Do they have some kind of expertise they're trying to share? Me, it's like catch as catch can. I am sort of pulling stuff out of my ass. It's personal. It's a personal diary. It's a local zine of culture. It's a poetry lecture. Professor Zhang had a new lecture today about how AI is like a demon or something. Portals to hell. The AI is like a Stargate to hell or something. I don't know exactly. That sounds, at this point, sounds plausible. I would believe that more than I would believe aliens, probably. Like, not that I think there are aliens, but like, I don't think that they're like imminently gonna approach us or something, really. I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon. Uh, I think we'll probably have to go find them, to be honest. I mean, look, we elected Donald Trump. Why would they want to come here? Like, we clearly are like prison hillbilly planet of violence and like murder, stupidity, dysfunction, ugliness, disease, bad food, pettiness. Human beings are kind of petty and they're not necessarily like helping each other, rooting for each other. They're small. They're violent towards each other. They're emotionally violent. They're they lash out. They get slight. So why would the aliens want to come here? If they are good, if they're smart enough to build spaceships where they can fucking drive here, they're probably. It's like we're like the fucking ghetto of outer space. It's like you don't go to that neighborhood. It's a bad neighborhood. Don't drive by planet Earth. You don't go there after dark. Okay. Your life will get snatched and put in a fucking alligator Alcatraz by their fucking syphilitic Gila monster of a fucking god emperor. They didn't elect Bernie. They fucked Bernie over. Okay, we can't go there. It'll be a drive by or something. We'll get shot by some kind of fucking errant bullet or something. It's not safe. That part of the galaxy is not safe. We don't go there. We avoid it at all costs. I mean, not to mention the fact that the galaxy is just absolutely fucking massive. And so there's some possibility that it's just impossible to travel that far. Maybe there are aliens out there, but they're just so fucking far away from us that like the technology is not even fucking possible to reach them. Uh, this fucking thing gonna beep at me. Appliances. My droids. Well, I was gonna eat something. Let's see. It's 96 minutes. Fuck. I'll probably do 2 hours. Kind of tired. I did my 24-hour marathon the other day. That was a huge thing. Oh, great. Now I have fucking 3 people watching. So now I got to perform. Who knows who's out there? Showtime, folks. I mean, what the hell were we talking about? How AI is a demon, aliens. It's such a common subject of fucking conversation. It's like, what was it the other day? Colbert asked Obama, or somebody asked Colbert or something about fucking aliens, or Steven Spielberg. Uh, I think Colbert asked him about did he see how Obama admitted there were aliens, and it's like Obama didn't really admit that there were aliens. That's not what he said, but people seem to be, this is, I don't know, it's just like I think it's just like a psychological release valve where like people can't really confront the actual practical we can't like clean up the mess we're in. People don't want to be mature and like actually discuss why our government is functioning the way it is and how we can fix it. It's just like aliens, it's fucking aliens. Aliens are gonna come here and like if you don't believe in aliens, like you're kind of an asshole. Like you're kind of you're spoiling the fun. You're a party pooper. Like the of course, like that's the only explanation. There's no God. It couldn't be God or like angels or something like that's fucking it's aliens, obviously. That's why we're in this mess. That's the only explanation for why our reality has become so weird. And I just think that that is such a cop out. It's just such like a scapegoat, and it doesn't really explain anything. There's no evidence really whatsoever. I've never seen any kind of firsthand evidence or secondary evidence that convinced me in any way that there are aliens. I have not seen it. Like, I'm not saying they don't exist, but generally speaking, I only believe things that I kind of have experienced or I've, you know, have been heard some. I'm not saying they don't exist. Like John Lennon had some story about how he fucking saw an alien. And, it makes sense. If I was an alien, I probably would go and see John Lennon. Of all the people in the human race, that kind of makes sense. But, like, me personally, I've never experienced anything that remotely resembled some kind of unexplainable phenomenon, let's just say. I'm not really skeptical about it, but I just think it's a dumb thing to talk about, actually. It makes you sound dumb. When you talk about aliens, like, you're just showing how ignorant you are. Because, like, it's like talking about fucking Santa Claus or something. Like, it's not real. Like, there is no evidence whatsoever. There's documentaries and there's sort of late night radio hosts and people like Alex Jones who, like, have sort of ghost stories about aliens and shit like that, and Slender Man and whatever the fuck, Bigfoot. But it's like, they're full of shit. They're fucking medicine men. Like, or they're medicine show. They're just selling fucking tonic. It's like it's not. It's titillating. It's like the mafia. It's like one of these things that like causes this kind of like your hair to stand up on end and be like, oh my god, what if they're an alien? One night I was driving my fucking car and I saw this fucking thing and holy shit. It's like it is chilling and it's just an escape. It doesn't have any kind of credence whatsoever. And it's one of the reasons why we are in the fucking mess we're in politically, and people don't have critical thinking skills. They're not educated, and they would rather a boogeyman or some kind of explanation like Santa Claus to just make sense. Oh, it's aliens. Fuck, okay. That's why everything is fucking weird. That's why, like, no, that's not why everything is fucking weird. Everything is weird because, like, we have people who are fucking totally manipulating the objectivity that we tried to establish. Like, there was a scientific method and a journalistic method, and, like, there was sort of an attempt to, like, establish a baseline of truth. That has been destroyed. And, like, our reality is being hyper manipulated and our given circumstances. Everybody's financial circumstances are being heavily manipulated. I heard one of the big proponents for DEI and one of the biggest people who pushed it on everybody was Larry Fink, the head of BlackRock. And BlackRock owns all of this shit, right? They're private equity. So they fucking own most of everything now, right? And so they have a direct say in the policies of whatever the fuck, corporate stockholder fucking businesses. And Larry Fink is, a multi-billionaire many times over. He's a Zionist, probably. We can fact check that, but if I had to bet on Polymarket or Kashi or whatever the fuck it is, I'd put money down that Larry Fink is probably a Zionist. He's probably a big time Zionist. And why is this guy so interested in DEI? Why is this fucking right wing billionaire, Trump sympathetic fuckface who owns everything? And he's the one who's dictating corporate policy. They're the ones who are instituting this shit in the businesses they own because they saw fucking Occupy Wall Street and they saw We Are the 99% and they saw the underclasses organizing against them basically and class consciousness fucking dawning on people and they said we cannot have this. We have to separate everybody into all these fucking identity categories and make people unhappy, drive them through this kind of it's bullshit. It's all fucking bullshit. Fuck Larry Fink and fuck the fucking corporate stooges who enforced all this shit and who fell for it. And fuck DEI. Not really, not really. I'm for it in some degree. You know, But it's not a surprise to me at all that those are the kind of people that are fucking pushing it and want to get it into the water supply because it's not really like a unifying fucking ideology. Like it's it's used to divide people. It's used as a wedge. And they designed it that way because they don't want the lower classes to have an uprising and to have any kind of solidarity. They want us all to be fucking squabbling about goddamn pronouns and stupid shit that doesn't fucking matter. And so anyway, how the fuck did I start talking about Larry Fink? Well, because they own everything. And Trump is catering to those people, that class of people. They're the ones who are making all these fucking decisions and the rest it's not arbitrary that everybody's rent has gone up to like be this like unsustainable like that was a calculated choice probably by Larry Fink, to be honest. He's the fucking owner of BlackRock. He owns the Goyim, he owns where they all live. And now private equity has a say in everything. They set the prices algorithmically, and so the price of everything everywhere has gone up because they're not really listening to human beings anymore. They're listening to like some kind of data driven hallucination that just justifies, I don't know, their own insatiable lust for fucking power and dominating the rest of us and owning everything. And now they have like an excuse. It's like, oh, it's computers. The computers are telling us that this is what the market will bear. The AI. It's like, well, I mean, I'm so fucking sick of hearing about AI. And there were all these videos that popped up about people at commencement speeches talking about AI. AI is the future, and it's like, is that what you want to fucking hear graduating college? And fucking how great AI is, and the data centers, the AI, we're heading toward the matrix. They've been warning us, the Wachowskis, and here it comes. Salt Lake City's gonna look like fucking the Matrix. Weather emergencies and The landscape's just totally fallow and destroyed. So what do we do about it, people? Is there any fucking we live stream about it apparently. A lot of good it does us. Uh I mean the midterms are in what, 6 months? That's not a little under 6 months. That's not that far away. So they're gonna have to escalate this quickly in order to really suspend the midterms or uh I gotta eat something. I can't have a cupcake. I guess I'll have a cupcake. Fuck it. I didn't want to start with a cupcake, but it was sort of like a little mini heat wave in New York. It was like 93 fucking degrees today. But I don't know. I've spent so many summers here that's like you just get used to like it gets hot. I don't know. You wear I mean, well, this is another aspect of like the fucking suburbanization. Is it's just easy. There's air conditioning everywhere. Somehow they've turned New York City and the East Village and the Lower East Side and the West Village and Chinatown into like these super comfortable luxury. Like Kushner owns fucking apartment buildings and shit. And the air conditioning fucking makes it so a bunch of fucking suburban assholes can move here. I guess that's, been around for a while, but give me 1 second here while I take. Oh my god, I got 4 people fucking watching now. Jesus Christ! Anytime I try, see YouTube, it can read our minds. I think. Give me 1 second. You guys entertain, talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. It's not like it fucking matters. People probably like this better than me fucking rambling. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. So it's like they almost have no intention in like running these companies functionally. You know, it's like. Oh, let me turn off my fucking. You know, it's like they have so much money and so much power that if they fuck it up, it's like it doesn't even matter. Elon Musk can run Twitter however he wants. He can lose all of the money. He can lose $45 billion. It does not even fucking matter because the guy's about to have $1 trillion. And like the thing about money is it's not really about money, it's about power. Like money is power. Like there's only so much fucking money in circulation. And if you have a higher percentage of it, you are more powerful. You somebody like Elon Musk can buy Twitter, which is a huge part of our media system. You know, hundreds of thousands of fucking people are on Twitter. A lot of media people, writers, whatever, content creator, whatever, celebrities. They were all on fucking Twitter. It was, and then like one guy can fucking come in and just fucking ruin the party for everybody and just fucking spoil it. And he can run it in the ground and force his own agenda. It doesn't have to reflect the customer response at all. He doesn't have to like fucking like maybe look at this. I think the temperature like went way down. And CBS is like that, and fucking Paramount will be like that. Like Larry Ellison is some kind of government asset. I think Oracle started as some kind of CIA thing. It's a CIA, man. And so if he runs into the ground, they'll just give him more fucking money somehow. He's in the White House. Their buddies are all be in the fucking ballroom blowing each other. They'll be in the six-story Mar-a-Lago underground, the Trump Taj Mahal bunker, billionaire bunker, nuclear fallout television studio slash massage parlor slash dungeon slash Epstein dungeon. He's gonna have Jeffrey Epstein down there. That's what they're building. That's really what's going to be underneath the ballroom. Is Epstein's going to be down there, and Lutnick, of course, and they're all going to be in the basement there with the children and the pizza and the frazzle drip and all of it. Okay, it's not going away, people. We're not going to stop talking about it. It's the Jeffrey Epstein Memorial Ballroom. Okay, we're naming it after American hero, martyr. He died for. Well, they had to shut him up. He had to be silenced. They had to whack him. He had to be whacked. I'm sorry. Um, can somebody chain themselves to the White House? I mean, what would it take? What kind of firepower would it take to get to the president? Like, how many? What can we do? What can we do to break this spell? I mean, say what you will about the Congress. It's easy to fucking blame the Congress. How about the fucking people? What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck is anybody doing? People are still paying their taxes. People are still going to their jobs and fucking paying their rent. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? You went to the fucking, what was it, No Kings protest or some gay shit? Like, I mean, good for that. It feels like what's that band? Run the Jewels. That guy Killer Mike or whatever. Feels like just the Democratic Party just feels like it all feels like Killer Mike. It's like no, I don't really like this. It's kind of whack if you ask me. This is like Jay Z and Beyonce. Like Jay Z's like looks like fucking shitlock Basquiat and fucking uh Hell no. So, how the fuck did I get on that? What was I talking about? I have no clue what I was just. Oh my god, it's Bob Dylan week on Monday, everybody. Oh yeah, the corruption, the White House, the bunker. How can we not get to this guy? Somebody, I mean, I think there's a lot of people who are psyched about what he's doing, and I guess we're just in for the ride now. You know, we're buckled in. Well, okay, yeah, that's what I was saying. I was bitching about how what are the people doing? Everybody blames Pelosi, mafioso Pelosi, who has strong mob ties. She's in the mafia. She's like she's the boss. She's like the fucking Dawn. Donna Pelosi. You gotta kiss the fucking ring. You gotta kiss Nancy Pelosi's ring. Her San Francisco cock ring. Sorry, I'm sorry, okay? Hey. Nobody watches anyway. Might as well say what the fuck I want. The only people watching are ICE agents, AI, fucking spies from China. Probably Russians are watching this. How many different spies? You know, I got probably Russian spies. I probably have Persian spies. To be honest, I probably have. There's a lot of fucking agents that have attached themselves to me, looking for inside info. The hottest commentary. I'm like the Professor Yang of unemployed open mic host poets. But yeah, why don't you get off your fucking ass and do something about it? Stream. You know, I don't know. What the fuck are people? It seems like people are just enjoying their lives. I think it's kind of acknowledged that we're going to have the greatest summer that we possibly can have before whatever the fuck is about to happen. AI is going to rip our fucking heads off, and Waymos and whatever those little food droids are going to fucking just that they're going to be roaming the earth. It's just going to be Waymos and robot delivery uh, trolleys, and that's going to evolve into. I mean, I do think maybe 2012 was like the end of like humanity. I do think like humanity is like the way things are going. It seems like they want this, and I think these guys think it's like that's biological advancement or something. Is like to leap into this technology that's just gonna I don't even know be. I remain unconvinced. The people that are creating it are so fucking stupid and evil that I don't think there's a chance in hell that it's going to work. I think the guy at NVIDIA, the Asian guy, maybe he knows what he's doing. Maybe that guy will do a good job. Sam Altman and all the rest of them, hell fucking no. Hell fucking no. And I remember I went to a fucking conference at Singularity University in 2017 for my job. And this fucking jackoff was talking about how with computing processors, they were exponentially going to improve every year. So computing power was going to exponentially get better every year. Like, it was going to square and then, to the fourth power and then the fucking, and my iPhone, I think, is worse now. Nothing has changed as far as I can tell. As far as I can tell, everything has gotten worse. I don't see any fucking improvement. Certainly not some kind of like light years of fucking like advancement. We were playing Pokemon Go in 2016. What the fuck happened? I thought there was going to be more creative use of phones, the way they interacted with kind of like the geoscape. but they want a different kind of capture. They want us all to be live streaming and feeding behavioral language models to like fucking quantum computing databases. Whatever the fuck. We all are like having to learn against this shit against our will. It's like, can I just get can I just go somewhere and live my life and leave me the fuck alone? I don't give a fuck about AI. I honestly don't care. I don't care if it were to help me as an artist. I don't want to use it. I like doing things myself. That's what DIY is. Do it yourself. You want to do it. That's why you're a fucking artist. Because you want to write, you want to draw, you want to be a filmmaker, you want to be a musician, you love playing fucking music. That is the whole goddamn point. Whether or not you're good at it, that's not really up to you. You can practice, that's about it. But it's like, oh, the AI is going to make it easier. It's going to handle all that shit for you. And, like, you'll just be able to make the movie with a prompt. Isn't that going to be so great? Everything's going to be a prompt. If you're good at writing prompts, like, you're going to dominate. That's how exciting the world is about to become. If you can write a fucking AI prompt, holy shit. You're about to become Michelangelo. You're about to become Lord Leonardo fucking da Vinci. If you can write a masterful prompt, isn't that why you wanted to be a writer? Isn't that why you got your fucking MFA in creative writing and your PhD in fucking creative writing? So you can write AI prompts? So they could write the book for you? I saw something about Granta gave a prize to this novelist. It was like one of the best young novelists or something, and he used AI in his story. Or there was shit in the story that was like clearly like AI writing. Something about men turning into benches or something. And you know, it's so fucking stupid, but a lot of people seem to just want to go this way. It seems like there's like, especially on the part of the powers that be in the stock market, they need some kind of like false idol to believe in. They need some kind of hype. They need a bubble. They need something that they can fucking hype the shit out of and manipulate people into buying. Just like they did with NFTs and just like crypto. It's just like, oh, you got a Bitcoin. Holy shit. You don't have Bitcoin? Wow, you are fucked. You are behind. Like, you're fucked. You don't have Stablecoin or Dogecoin or Poopy Butt Coin. You don't have Fart Face Coin? Like, fuck yourself. You might as well kill yourself because, like, you have real money. You're fucked. We need to build data centers for the crypto. Get Alienware computers all over the Great Salt Plains. Take the Mormon country and turn it into a giant Alienware computer so I can store my fucking AI NFTs. My AI fucking crypto chat GPT coin. I fucking hate all of it. I thought it was retarded when I learned about it a decade ago. When I first heard about Bitcoin in 2011, this is how bad our world sucks. Is everything my shithead fucking Ayn Rand objectivist boss was talking about in 2011, now that's like our reality. It's like he worshipped Elon Musk. He was always talking about fucking stupid Bitcoin. He was a Trumper. And now it's like, holy shit. These fucking dumbasses run everything. God damn, this sucks. It really sucks having no power. Like, is this gonna be my life? I'm just such a weak person. I can't get any fucking power or money or anything in the world to like fight back. Like, these people are just gonna own everything. They've already sewn it up. If you don't own a house, you're fucked already. Unless somehow you hit some kind of jackpot on the internet. But even that is like kind of a fucking everybody's trying to get famous on the internet. And you got to pay to play. You got to buy views. You got to buy followers. Only rich people are going to get famous. So what do you? And even if you are famous, look at these fucking celebrities and shit. Even they aren't making money. They're all doing commercials and taking any fucking job they can get. They're doing shitty. I saw Nicolas Cage is in some fucking Spider Noir. Is he playing goddamn Spider Man? There's no way he's playing Spider Man. He's like 65 years old. Who knows? Is he Uncle Ben or whatever? I think he's Spider Man. I think he's Spider Noir. Well, I mean, he's Nicolas Cage. They can de-age him with AI. I mean, when I was in this editing studio, they were talking about how they were using AI to like fix things in post. You could change whatever the fuck you wanted, the color of the shirt. You just do it with AI. It's like, okay, great. This is the new toy that everybody. It's just being pushed on us because they have to uphold the stock value because they all get rich off of it because they all fucking own it. So they have to have their fucking Nvidia stock just go up and up and up and up. And good for fucking AI. Good for fucking a fucking I couldn't care less. I'm ready to perish in the great like tsunami of obsolescence that's coming. Clearly, I'm going to be weak. I'm already extremely precarious economically, physically, you name it, financially. Well, I guess I said that already. And so there's going to be some kind of massive crash, or, I mean, I've always been poor and broke. So I'm ready for people to come down to my level. I hope everybody else loses their money. That would be the best thing for me. If everything fucking crashed and everybody lost their jobs, that would actually be awesome for me. Because it's like, okay, now you're living my life. Now you can come to the open mic. It's like the pandemic again. It'll be a pandemic of unemployment. We'll stay home. They'll send us checks. We'll make poetry. We'll make paintings. You do AI prompts if you want to use AI prompts. If you want, I'm not like against using it per se. If you can use it in an interesting way, I'm not really okay. I used fucking AI. In fact, okay, this is something I want to is like AI did change the way that I wrote poetry. I was kind of a more traditional writer, and then around 2013 or something, there was this app Poetweet. And what you would do is you put your Twitter handle into it, and it would spit out AI generated sonnets or whatever you wanted based on your tweets. It would take your tweets and kind of garble them up. And I don't even know how the fuck it did it, to be honest. Because there were things from your tweets, but it was so fucking funny. It was insane. And but it was so disjointed. It was like an extreme cut and paste job. Like it was a cut up, basically. And, but it was hysterically funny and intense, and the non sequiturs and just the dead ends of language and the kind of hanging chads and the loosies and the feminine ending. There was all this weird kind of glitch. It was all glitches and mistakes, and it created these crazy kind of explosions of meaning, like cut ups did 100 years, like Tristan Zara or whatever. That's why they did that shit, because sometimes non sequiturs and these kind of dreamlike phrases have like this unbelievable. They're way more powerful than a cliche or something that you hear every day. And so I started to imitate AI. I started to be like, I want to write like that. If that's what AI sounds like, that's what the future sounds like. This was 2013, 2014. It's all disjointed and hysterical, and it's almost like the computer went insane and killed everybody. It was very like apocalyptic. It really felt like some kind of Joker in the machine or something. But it was funny, and it didn't always add up. Like a lot of times it just kind of trailed off into some kind of weird thing that didn't really. It was the kind of thing that like a normal writer would probably like. Well, I can take this and edit it into one of my poems in my book. My fucking poem. What is it called? It's in my sex book. Let me get it real fast. It's an AI poem. It's one of my AI sonnets from 2013 about you can always rely on porn stars at the opera in Denver or something. I don't remember. AI. I didn't even write, to be honest. I'm realizing now. I think it's called Last Christmas. I do. Is it called Last Christmas? Holy shit! I have to get it. Hold on. I think it is called Last Christmas. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's called Last Christmas, a collaboration with myself by Measy.biz featuring Frankly Fabulous at Shoyish. So at Shoyish was my fucking Twitter handle. And a collaboration with myself, meaning it was a fucking AI. AI took my fucking tweets and spit this out. And it's like a douchebag poem. I don't know. It's incredibly douchey. I would read it like a long time ago, but I censored it, to be honest. During Trump won, there were things in it that were like, they just wouldn't sound good if you read them out loud, really. And, when I wrote this in 2014, maybe, probably around that time, 2014, or when AI wrote it, I think this is the only AI piece I ever actually published. But I had a few of them that are on my blog. People hunt down my blog, Dispatches from Solitude. I think there's some of my other AI pieces from 2013. So I was doing it way the fuck before ChatGPT, and I haven't seen ChatGPT write anything this lit. To be honest, I mean, let me just read it real fast. Last Christmas, a collaboration with myself by Measy.biz featuring Frankly Fabulous at Shoyish. So I think I was like listening to rap. I think I was like listening to Measy was like Wheezy. I was really into Lil Wayne. When Holy Smokes was first happening, I was listening to like a Lil Wayne mixtapes. And Lil Wayne I still think is like probably one of the most profound poets like of our time, to be honest. He freestyle his method of working and just like I really think he's like a genius. So Wheezy, I think, was like Lil Wayne, maybe. And I think Yeezy, didn't he do Yeezy? Kanye did like Yeezy. So I was sort of, stealing Measy was like Matt, like if I was Lil Wayne. And then frankly, Fabulous. There's like a rapper named Fabulous. It's not fabulous, it's fabulous. And so I kind of took that too. And Last Christmas was the title that it spit out. I don't really think it has anything to do with Christmas. Um, so let me just read it. I did not write this. AI wrote it. And I don't remember tweeting a lot of this stuff either. In fact, that's what's so weird about it is like, where the fuck did this come from? If I go back through my Twitter, like, I don't remember tweeting like really, really very much of this at all. So it's like, how the fuck did it come up with this? It's very weird. Who knows? We'd have to ask the programmers. But anyway, here it is. Last Christmas. Disclaimer: I am the biggest piece of shit ever. I write all my own t-shirts. And this is the line I took out. There was a line I took out that was It said Punjab foot job cripple epic. And I took that out because, if I read it sounds racist and ableist. I don't think it's racist, but like Punjab foot job, that sounds like it could be racist, maybe. But I write all my own T-shirts. Was a tweet I had. Punjab foot job cripple epic. Blog. Foods which no longer exist. This, that, I don't have a real job. Being born was non consensual. Wipe their ass with my chin. My chinny chin chin. The years went on in statuses. The sonar of emotions. Ricochet biscuit. I only trust beloved childhood figures. Michelangelo. The Ninja Turtle, not the artist. The professional wrestling circuit. Never joke about Denver. Left an orthodontist at the altar. Junk put onto shelves. You can always rely on accidents at the opera with porn stars. All women are Disney princesses, and I'm vaccinated by the nipples. I'll be a rich man when they make the biopic. It's cool, then it sucks, then it's over. So the AI wrote that somehow. I think. I may have jumbled it around. I really have no idea. The thing is, you could just have it spit these things out. And so, some of them were more successful than others, but you could edit them and, that's way better than any fucking chat GPT shit. And it really is a pretty good sonnet. It's like, maybe that looks like more than 14 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So it's 22 line sonnet. I guess it's not really a sonnet. Who knows what the fuck that is? I feel like it's kind of a. Well, the thing like would spit out like a sonnet, a sestina, I think a villanelle. I think that was it. Like maybe haiku, but I think I principally used it for that type of length. So for obvious reasons, I never read that during the Trump era, because I would get canceled. I see even in the book, it doesn't say poon job, foot job. I probably shouldn't be talking about it on my live stream because it's kind of a weird thing to be repeating. But fuck it. If I got canceled, I could only get more popular. That would only make me explode in popularity. Actually, uh, that would be that would really increase my audience if I got canceled. So maybe I should read fucking Last Christmas. I don't know. Like I said, this was written before Trump was elected in 2016. I think I read this a few times in maybe 2015, 14, 16, but it's cocky. It's a cocky poem, and it's a jokey poem, and it's like, I don't know. I think that's a pretty fucking good poem, actually. There's a lot of poetry in that poem. There's a lot of mystery. There's a lot of kind of, the sonar emotions. That's pretty good. Ricochet biscuit. That's pretty good. That's pretty good combo right there. They make sense together. My shit now is way more fucking incoherent than this. Wrestling, of course, I mentioned wrestling. And it kind of rhymes with artists. That's the other thing about this app is it like actually puts like rhymes and shit in there. So like, chin or statuses and trust kind of rhyme. Michelangelo and emotion, artists and circuit kind of rhyme. Denver altar kind of rhyme. Like they're slant rhymes, but accidents, princesses kind of rhyme. Nipples, princesses. It's cool that it sucks and it's over. I mean, do I have a tweet that says that somewhere? Like, how did they capture my soul with the fucking AI that long ago? There's more of them somewhere. I don't think any of the other ones are quite that. But that inspired me to just write these kind of more disjointed, exaggerated. I mean, this really strikes a nice balance. It's like it's kind of surrealistic. It's kind of zany. There is sort of like an emotional undercurrent. There's like some things going on. You're not really sure what they are. Disclaimer: I'm the biggest piece of shit ever. I think that's a strong. I could be the poet laureate of Trump. I think the Trump White House would probably appreciate it. I like that he said shit in the poem. Talk about the Ninja Turtles. It's a perennial left an orthodontist at the altar. Like, where the fuck? There's no way I had a tweet about that. Like, what? Maybe did I ever use the word orthodontist on my Twitter? I suppose it's possible. But at this point, it was so long ago. I don't even remember exactly how shit went down. How if how much editing I did or whatever. At that point, I was still trying to like copy and paste things into like really sound compositions. And then somewhere around 2016 to 17, 18, I just sort of stopped caring about that. Around the same time I started playing noise music. It's just like loosening the strings on everything. Like I had a way more tighter sense of form but I don't know. The AI made me do it. It's kind of spooky. I don't know. The AI just has the voice is kind of scary, to be honest. The way the AI talks, kind of frightening. Alright, well, fuck, I'm going to pass out. I did 2 and 26. That's good. Thank you guys for watching. Is there anything else you need to talk about? Let me just look at my other phone real fast, see if there's anything I missed. Something wise. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I did want to talk about this. The new Odyssey movie. Just real quick. First of all, I do not like Nolan at all. I mean, Memento, I guess, was pretty good. That was really the only Nolan movie ever. I didn't see that many of them, but like, I'm not a Nolan head. I haven't seen hardly any of his movies. He doesn't seem good to me. He seems like totally fucking whack and shitty. He's a wannabe Kubrick with none of the fucking like knowledge. He's like a fucking Elon, the same way that like Elon Musk thinks he's Tesla. Like Christopher Nolan, you are not Stanley Kubrick. He's probably I haven't seen Inception. I'd like to see Inception, but Dark Knight in particular, I'm sure it just is a really annoying cultural artifact. I wish it had never been made. And that goes for most of Christopher Nolan's films. And just his existence, I find really annoying. His fans are annoying. They're stupid. Sorry, but any case, why the fuck did I start? Oh, this he's making a adaptation of the Odyssey with Matt Damon. To me, I'm way more offended by the casting of Matt Damon than I am by people are complaining that I don't know the actress's name, Lupingo Nyong'o, I think. I don't know her exact name. She's playing Helen of Troy, I think. And then Ellen Page, or I'm sorry, Elliot Page. I am sorry. I am sorry about that. I didn't. That was a total slip up. Elliot Page. Uh, is playing Achilles, I guess. Elliot Page is a trans actor who used to be Ellen Page. They were in Juno. If people have ever seen the movie Juno, I haven't, but it was sort of like a seminal mass, you know, production of hipster aesthetic. I never saw Juno personally. I'd like to, but I just never saw it. And Ellen Page transitioned to become Elliot Page. And I actually like that casting. I think that is actually, like, I think that makes sense. To me, it's totally plausible that, like, an African actress could be Helen of Troy. Like, maybe it's not historically accurate, but, like, Helen was the most beautiful woman in the world. That's the story. That's why Paris wanted to, like, uh, you know, uh, uh, elope and sort of like make off with her or whatever. And ambuscade is the only word that's coming to mind. Ambuscade. And so it makes sense that she would be like this distinct, beautiful, distinct aura. And then Elliot Page as Achilles. What I remember about the book, one of the things that they taught us was it is implied that at the beginning of the book, Achilles is like not coming to the battles. He's being dramatic and he's in his ship and he's being emotional. He's on his period. Well, what happened was I think Patroclus died. His love, the what's implied is his gay boyfriend died in the war. I think Patroclus, I think, died. I think is what happens at the beginning of the book. And the subtext, or maybe it's in the text, I don't know. This is what we were taught, is that it's implied that there was a homosexual relationship, and Achilles loved Patroclus, and so he's not fighting, or he's in mourning, and I think that's eventually why he takes his revenge or whatever and joins. But like, so to me, there's some credence to the idea that like Achilles is, LGBTQ, or not to lump it all together, but I like that casting. It's better than just like who else are they gonna get? A bunch of fucking broed out. They gonna get Bobby Cannavale or fucking Andrew Garfield is probably in it, or it's just gonna be this. They'll get Jesse Eisenberg, get Justin Timberlake in there. It's a Social Network all over again. I mean, it's just a bunch of dudes. It's the Odyssey. It's like it's a bunch of guys rowing a ship for the most part. And then there's Anne Hathaway. They made a movie of Troy, right, with Brad Pitt and all these studs, Eric Banya and stuff. Brad Pitt played Achilles because Achilles is supposed to be like the baddest fucking warrior and like unbeatable. Achilles is invincible except right for the Achilles heel. And so it kind of makes sense that Achilles would be, I don't know, trans or into, body modification or something. I don't know. I like that casting. That to me feels like maybe a tasteful way to make it modern. But Matt Damon as Odysseus really pisses me off. That's really annoying. I'd rather they have gotten, I don't know, who'd be better as Odysseus? Uh, who do I like, actually? Slim pickings these days, really. James Franco. They should have had Sofia Coppola directed it first, for one thing. It should have been a Sofia Coppola film. Probably maybe Bill Murray should have been it. No, it would be a Wes Anderson movie. Who would be a good Odysseus at this era in history? What about like, I mean, my impression in the book is Odysseus is like one of the more, because in the first book he's just like one among many. He's just sort of like a captain in the fucking military, the navy of, whoever the fuck they are, the Greeks. What are they called in the book? They're fighting the Trojans. Are they called Greek? They can't be called Greek. They had to have some other name. I don't know what. I don't remember. 300. They couldn't have gotten Gerard Butler for this, or what about Jacob Elordi for Christ's sake? Was he not available, or some other like giant fucking actor? I mean, who would I get to cast Odysseus? So, and then it becomes all about him. Second book, really. Um, DiCaprio, Joaquin Phoenix. Well, they're the typical guys. Maybe not Joaquin Phoenix. They made an adaptation of it, right, with Armand Assante for network television in the '90s. I think, didn't they? The Odyssey. It's probably on YouTube. Armand Assante. And I mean, Armand Assante is kind of underrated. That Gotti movie, he is excellent in that Gotti movie, and I'm an Armand Assante. Fatal Instinct. I don't know if people have ever seen Fatal Instinct. I think it's Carl Reiner. It's a parody of like Basic Instinct and Body Heat and all those kind of like neo noir, softcore. It's been a while. They used to show it on Comedy Central, and it's surprisingly funny. And Armand Assante is like the Leslie Nielsen type lead. Maybe you know who might be good would be Liam Neeson. He's somebody that seems like he's like, because the story of Odysseus is like he's been away from home for 20 years, and so he's got to kind of reconnect. And these people are basically strangers in a way. It's like getting out of prison. It's like Phil Leotardo, 20 years in the can, or Tony Blundetto. They always do 20 years, 20 years. Well, I think Tony Blundetto did 16 years, they said. But Phil Leotardo, it's rumored that he did 20 years. It's strongly implied. Yeah, so I don't know. I just wanted to talk shit about the Odyssey movie and voice my support for the cross gender or whatever you want to call it, progressive casting, and also voice my distaste for the traditional. I mean, Matt Damon, for better or for worse, I guess is one of he won. He did Good Will Hunting. People love goddamn Good Will Hunting. It's how far we've fallen as a country. But all right, well, I'm passing out. Thank you guys for watching. I'll get back on soon, probably Friday or something like that. Have a good night, everybody.